The Orlando Magic will face the OKC Thunder, but unfortunately will be without their all-star and leader in points and assists, Paola Banchero, for the next 6 weeks. Meanwhile, the OKC Thunder are looking unbeatable. And last time I checked, we're number one in the Western Conference. Obviously, Orlando will not be 100% healthy, but what are your thoughts on this matchup?
I'm sick. I'm sick. I wanted this matchup to be one of the ones that I was anticipating because of, I wanted to see Paolo and Shay and, those two young teams compete. Now with Paolo being out, it's like, oh, man. But you know what, though? Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs, step up. We're talking about 30 points that they have to account for now that Paolo is not playing. 30 points? Somebody better take the lead. Somebody better do it. I think they have enough to at least compete. But, I mean, right now, the Orlando Magic at the top of the Eastern Conference. To hold on to that spot without Paolo Banchero is going to be a lot of work.
Oh,
it's going to be a lot of work for them because I'm sad that he's not there. But I did read somewhere where he said he's going to still be rooting from the sidelines. At least he'll still be engaged. But if he ain't on the court, who gonna help the Orlando Magic get these 30 points that's going to be missing? Who going to do it?
Yeah. It's going to have to come from Jalen Suggs and Franz Wagner. I think, hey, you know what? The Orlando Magic brought over KCP, and he's averaging 5 points, paid him $22 million.
Right.
Excuse me.
Right.
I know this is not a good return on their investment. KCP need to be stretching the floor and lighting them up from behind the arc. I don't know what's going on over there with KCP.
I don't like it at all. We're talking about two-time champion. Where is it? Where is it? DNA, KCP, because right now you're not showing it. You're not at all. And now that Paolo is not there, who gonna hold it down? Is it gonna be you, KCP? At least, can you get an additional 10 points? Can you do that?
At least.
While Franz and Jalen try to take up the, kind of get the rest. I mean, you got the other guys coming off the bench, but really I'm looking to see what Jalen Suggs is going to do and what Franz Wagner is going to do. Because for me, those are the two that's going to have to help carry the Orlando Magic through this stretch while Paolo is out. With his abdominal stretch? He has something wrong with his abdominal
torn
stretch.
oblique.
Torn oblique, right? I'm like, no, y'all gonna have to step it up if you think you're gonna maintain a spot, at least a top spot in the East while he's out. Because right now, if we got the Milwaukee Bucks at the bottom of the East, if they even remotely start to click on all cylinders once they decide what they're gonna do with their coach. Anyway, I'm just throwing it out there. But what I'm saying is, because I'm quite sure Giannis Antetokounmpo ain't happy at the bottom. So the slot for the Orlando Magic space can be taken by any team. So that's why they have to really hold it down. So I'm a little disappointed that he won't be playing with this matchup. However, the OKC Thunder up. All the way up.
Yeah. You know what I like about the OKC Thunder? Shai Gilgeous was like, look, at one of his post-game interviews, he said, look, we're taking this 3 games at a time. We're not looking too far ahead. We're just going to dominate in the 3 games that we have, played our very best, and move on to the next 3. And it seems to be working extremely well for OKC because, like I said, they look unbeatable. Have not taken an L all season. It's still early, only 6 games in. But there were some games where they could have lost, but they came together and pulled it together. Absolutely. So I love that about that young team. Absolutely. They play like a bunch of vets, right?
I mean, they got 2 things in their favor right now that I see at the top of the season. It's their defense and their depth. Those are the 2 things that I see. The defense, solid defense. I think that has helped them get into the games or at least win the games where the offense was a little questionable. They still were able to get the win, but you're like, Jay Will, where you there or not? You still, there's some hit and miss opportunities there, but they still, get the win. And then their depth. Who coming off the bench next? Who gonna do it?
Right. Because you got Alex Caruso, Isaiah Joe. They still playing without Hardenstein. Wait till he gets back in the middle.
Can I just say this? Chet Holmgren had his way with Victor Wembanyama. He had his way.
Yeah.
He had his way. Had Victor out there looking like he should have been in the G League. I'm just saying, nobody wants to put it out there. I'm not saying that Victor Wembanyama always looked that way. But with this early matchup in the early part of the season against the Spurs, OKC and the Spurs, Chet Holmgren had his way. He had his way. Yeah. Dominant. And you know one thing I like about Shed Holmgren, which is another additional reason why I like OKC, is that Shed Holmgren, although he looks a little thin, he can hold his own. At least he attempts to hold his own against the other bigs in the league so far. He didn't back down from Nikola Jokic early in the season. When Bayamba had him looking like he was a deer in headlights. I'm here for it. Although these guys may be bigger in girth, Shed Holmgren can hold his own, and then he can go out to the perimeter and shoot a three. Like he's blocking shots left and right. I'm just like, can we do the Rookie of the Year recount? I'm just saying.
Both teams are coached extremely well.
Oh yes.
You know, you got Mark Dagnall. Didn't he win Coach of the Year last season? You got Jamal Mosley, who was a runner-up. This is going to be one of those games where it's like you can't leave the couch. Just stay glued to the TV. Just do it. Yeah.
Couch ready. Absolutely. You know what? Because I think it's going to be a couple of things. It's going to be from the Orlando Magic's perspective. It's going to be their other team, the other players getting on board and making sure they can help cover Paolo while he's out, right? And then there's going to be a coaching finesse. So that's going to be one thing. And then, of course, with OKC, can they maintain the momentum? Because now, unfortunately, we're on when they're going to lose their first game. It's going to happen. I don't expect them to go 82-0. I don't expect that, right? But I do expect them to have a loss, and I'm just wondering when, right? So can they maintain how many more games? And if they do, they will have. If they win another game, I believe, if I read somewhere, they'll be their franchise. They'll have the franchise record of most wins at the top of the season or something like that. So they're on track for that. But again, at the end of the day, they're playing so well. The chemistry that the Oklahoma City Thunder have is just, they look like they're having fun. I mean, if you're not going to do nothing else, who don't want to have fun at their job? You have fun at work. That's the best thing ever. It's hard going to work when you don't like it. So,
especially when you bring it home that kind of money and having fun, it's a dream job.
Yeah.
Okay, so OKC Thunder, they hold their opponents to about 98 points per game, but they average an 18-point beat down. I think this game is going to be really close. I mean, you got Shed leading the NBA in blocks, averaging 4 a game. You got Jalen Suggs and Shai Gilgeous, top 5 in steals in the NBA. This is going to be a matchup. Now, only thing we're missing is Paolo.
I know. But I think it will still be a competitive game. It will be a game to watch because this could be the upset for Oklahoma City Thunder. And it would be a rare upset, especially since Orlando Magic don't have their superstar. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, but it's amazing.
We know a loss is coming. It's on the horizon. It's not really about when. For me, it's going to be about how they lose.
Yes, that's correct. Yes. I agree with you. I don't want their first loss of the season to be a blowout. No. Let it be close. If it can be in overtime, that'll work as well. I want it to still be a competitive game, right? I don't think the Oklahoma City Thunder are at a stage in their season where they can have a blowout loss. I don't see that, but it's going to be competitive nonetheless, and it's going to be around the limited errors. Don't make a mistake, right? A loss is going to probably be based on a mistake that they make because right now they have been able to contend with a lot of the top teams in the league. So. Yeah.
Can I just let me just swing back to KCP real quick.
Oh my God.
I mean, I had high hopes with him with the Orlando Magic, but he does look a little out of place, maybe a little old for that particular team. But what does it say about KCP and also Bruce Brown leaving the Denver Nuggets? Each player have laid eggs since leaving the Denver Nuggets. What does that say? Does it say anything? Am I just looking into it a little too much?
No, I think there is something to say. What that is, I don't know, because not only did both players, Bruce Brown and KCP, both laying eggs, the Denver Nuggets is looking like they are on the souffle as well.
Not the souffle.
The souffle as well. I mean, they broke up the entire core. They helped them win the championship, and now they can't even recover. Got Nikola out here looking like a superstar he is, and everybody else is fumbling. Like, what? And so now you got KCP, probably a little bitter, right? But he's not new to this. This ain't the first time he's been traded from a championship team. He was with the Lakers when they traded him. Now he's with the. Come on, he has. If at one point he felt like he didn't belong with Orlando Magic, now it needs to be the time. They need for him to step up now more than ever because Paolo was out. Come on, KCP, give me something. I need more from him. He has it. He knows what to do. Like, what are we talking about? He's not new to this. But you acting like maybe his father time table is a little sooner than others. Maybe.
It could be. He's known as a 3-and-D guy. Not seeing
Nah,
three.
ain't no D.
Ain't no 3. Ain't no D.
Nah, I don't know. He left that in Colorado.
Sure
Colorado?
did. Yeah.
No, he left. He left that in Denver. Nah. When I think about something that the Orlando Magic will be up against, aside from Paolo being out, is their center and their depth. I'm concerned about their center. Right? We have Wendell Carter. You know, sometimes he's day to day. You never know when he may be playing. You hope he suits up because he has his knee issue. And then you got Goga with a foot. He's questionable. Like. Give me something, Orlando, when you were talking about your center depth, your center and your center depth. That's a concern I have. And will that pose to be a problem if one of them is out when they play against OKC? That's one of the concerns I have with Orlando Magic, being able to maintain a top 6 seed in the East. Is their center depth without Paolo being on the floor? So.
Well, that's a concern I don't have because they also have Mo Wagner. And when you put Mo and Franz together,
yeah,
it's a magical combination. I love seeing them together. This actually affords the Magic to play them together more now that Paolo Banchero is out.
Maybe.
I think both teams have a pretty strong bench, though. If you look at it, Caruso, Isaiah Joe for OKC, and Cole Anthony and Jonathan Isaac as well, who can play center. Hey, I'll take it.
Okay, we'll see. But they always go to Wendell Carter first. So there has to be a reason why they never ended, why Mo doesn't get as many playing hours as he could potentially get, right? So maybe this is his opportunity, as you say, with the other two centers based on the depth chart on ESPN, that perhaps they will give Mo Wagner more time to play. Maybe he needs more time, and perhaps with this 6 weeks out and with the other two always being questionable whether or not they're going to play, perhaps they'll use him first. I'm just saying, just a concern for me. I mean, we're going to be going up against the Orlando Magic. Will be going up against teams that have solid center footing, and when you hit and miss with your centers that you always go to first, and then Mo Wagner comes in when he can. I just don't know what that looks like overall. So that's something I'm going to be checking out for the Orlando Magic in their upcoming games.
Okay, all right. I mean, with all that being said, who do you think is going to come out of this matchup?
OKC.
Wow.
I still have the Thunder coming out. I mean, I'm a fan of the Thunder right now. I want them to continue to win, but I think they can. I think if they knew how to utilize the disadvantage that the Orlando Magic have with Paolo being out, they should be able to secure the win.
Exactly. I'm on board too. I got OKC coming out of this matchup. If the Magic had Paolo, I may have a different outcome. Let's take a look at the next 5 games for the Orlando Magic. I see them on the road in Indiana, and then they have a home stretch against the Pels, the Washington Wizards, Charlotte Hornets, and play Indiana Pacers again. How do you think they'll do?
I have them going 2-3. 2-3. I have them winning the Wizards and the Hornets and then losing to the other teams.
Oh, okay.
I think they'll take an L to the Pacers, both times.
Okay. I think they'll split with the Pacers and then they'll win all these other games. I mean, the Pels going to be without CJ and Herb Jones for the foreseeable future. Washington Wizards, they're a joke right now. And the Charlotte Hornets is Harlem Globetrotters. So I'm going to go 4-1 on this next stretch for the Orlando Magic.
You say Harlem Globetrotters, I say Space Jam at the end of the day.
They're not serious. They're not serious.
They're very unserious. Yeah. Okay. So you have them going what? 2-3 as well?
Nah, 4-1. They're only going to lose one game to the Indiana Pacers in Indiana.
Okay. That's fair. All right.
Yeah, so OKC. Okay, now if they're able to pull out this win against the Orlando Magic, they'll be what, 7-0, 8-0, or something like that.
7-0, right? Maybe 8-0. I know.
Wow. I know. So their next 5 games, they have to go on the road against the Denver Nuggets, and then they also have a home stretch against the Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors, the LA Clippers, and the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's hear it.
I have them going 4-1. Their loss is going to be to the Warriors.
To the Warriors?
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
I just think that there is something. I'm not here for the Warriors, but I think that the Warriors can upset them, especially if Draymond is in his rare form.
If
Draymond is in his rare form, that will be that could be a loss for them because he can get on your nerves.
Yeah, get under that skin. Okay, I have them going 4-1. Their only loss will be to the Houston Rockets because I think the Rockets will muddy up the game, make it nasty, make it dirty, make it really physical. And so I have them losing that game.
Okay, but you still haven't. So you haven't beaten the Clippers again, went into the Pelicans, went into the Nuggets again. Me too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you say the Rockets, I say the Warriors. I don't know. The Rockets, they pretty much almost upset the Warriors in their last matchup. So it's possible for sure. But you know what? I don't know if that would have been the same case had Draymond not fouled out. So Draymond for me is an X factor when we're talking about. And Kuminga, if y'all don't get him ready for the next step, I don't know what y'all waiting on, Warriors. That Kuminga is balling. So yeah, I just say the Warriors for me. So we'll see.